up?
What up? We're back.
What's up, fellas?
Welcome back or to the Luxx Shit Up podcast. I am DJ Lowstacks.
Peanut Butter Paul.
We have a guest today. We have the infamous DJ Mike Holiday.
Let's go.
Well, we promised you guys last week that we were going to have a guest, and we got one.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah, this is awesome. Congratulations, you guys hitting over. Is it 10 episodes so far? This
is
12?
This is technically 12, but so 10 was we called last week's 10 because episode 1 was technically, we called it the pilot.
Yeah,
because it was kind of just the kickoff or whatever. But yeah, so this is technically episode 12, but real numbers wise it'll say 11.
yeah.
You know,
Seems like good. I've tuned into all of them. I've listened to all of them.
Nice.
It's been great.
Let's go.
yeah, it's kind of cool. We have like several like semi loyal listeners.
Yeah, for real.
It's Mike and River. Love you, River.
We need the Luxx boys to get on it.
I know, dude. They suck. They suck at supporting us. Come on. I think it's low key. They're jealous. They want to be on here.
No, we need to get each one of them on. That'd be cool.
For sure.
That is the plan.
Yeah.
That is the plan. I'm gonna throw this out in the universe because I learned it today. But Lorenzo quit his day job.
Oh, really? Dang.
Yeah, bro.
That's huge.
He did.
Yeah.
He did. He's going. He's taking the leap, going
Really?
full time. And I can't lie. I'm fucking jealous. Like,
I think it's awesome for him. I told him today, congratulations, because I think it's just a ton of stress off your shoulders and also jumping into something that you are passionate about.
Right.
Like he's taking a passion trip and he's got a big family, with his kids and his wife. But I think it's great that he's just taking that leap. And worst case, you can go back and get a day
Right.
job, I
Yeah,
guess. So I love to see people go all in like that. And
well, that's something that's unique to you. I mean, you've been basically an entrepreneur for how long?
I don't want to take my
age
savings.
yourself,
Yeah,
right?
everybody starts figuring it out.
But I mean, like full time DJ. Like DJ's been your primary income for how long?
I'm trying to think of like what year I started DJing because I was young, but probably I would say like young 20s. I was working a mid 20s probably. I was working a full-time job. I was actually just talking to Jimmy over here. We were enjoying him. He's off the set, but we were talking about it. And I worked a full-time job, travel with the racetrack, and because I'm close to MIS, and it was like I took a salary position. And I traveled a lot for work and was working like 100-hour weeks. And I was like, if I can give myself 100 hours, I could not be this stressed out dealing with somebody else.
Yep.
So I ended up doing that. I ended up like leaving that job. I was DJing part-time like when I was home. But like I ended up leaving that job and just kind of going to bars and just seeing what entertainment's going on. And do you need a DJ? Do you want me to DJ a side of bands and things like that? And I ended up just leave my job and I actually doubled my income doing that and worked way less, like 3 or 4 days a week.
Yeah.
That's what pisses me off so much.
But I also didn't have a family. That was the biggest thing.
true.
I didn't have anybody else to provide for. I just had to take care of my own expenses.
True,
Yeah.
but like something that's come up with us multiple times in conversation is talking about how many people have told us that you can't make a living DJing.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody believes it.
No. They look at it like it's just like a fun thing to do on the weekends.
It's a game. It's a
Right.
side hustle. It's whatever. I mean, and for a lot of people it is. But if you take it serious, I mean, it's definitely something it can be very, like, you can monetize it well.
It can be
you know?
lucrative for sure.
Yeah, very lucrative. Yeah.
Yeah, and I think taking advantage of your market, like I wasn't in a very small town, but I was in a town that, had several, I would say, bars at the time doing entertainment or trying different entertainment. And some of the ones that don't do it is like a great opportunity to step into those places that aren't doing anything and have an empty bar and just get your friends to go there and support it.
I was gonna say that.
Like create your own night too.
Correct.
Like starting with nothing can be a good thing.
Well, especially when you're younger, like he's talking about. Like I remember, like I always mess with you now about when I go to the library and I know no one.
Yeah.
Right. Well, back in the day, it wasn't like that. It was like I knew everyone. So like if I was DJing at a different spot, I could bring 30 people easily.
Yeah.
Right.
You know, And if it was like you're saying, a spot that never has a DJ, like, yo, I'm DJing this place on Saturday. Wait, you're not at so and so? Nope, I'm gonna be over here. Okay, we'll be there. And I could put 30 plus people in there, which well overpays for what they're paying me for the night.
Yeah,
and and obviously it's not like that anymore because I'm old as dirt. But
I think it's you get older and you feel like it's not like that, but it's just because you're not going out to those spots regularly like you used to.
True.
And those spots change. Bars change. Some close, some open. But if you were going out just as much as you were when you were that age or a little bit younger,
it'd be the same.
You could recreate that. I do feel like that's what's missing. There's a lot of people that just want to jump in and go to the spots that are already popping.
Yeah.
And like, oh, this is popping here, so I want to be here.
Yep.
When like some of those places weren't popping unless that person started that night and built it.
Totally.
You know what I mean? So I feel like the opportunity sometimes, a lot of that's just networking and having friends and going and supporting other things so that those people support you too. I think it's really what helps. I mean,
yeah, it's a community, like the DJ community. Like you got to be friends with your like competitors, I guess. Like, you got to all be homies. Like, even though we might even be playing the same night in different spots, like fighting for people, but like that's still the homie. Want you to do well.
You want everybody to do well because then it just makes the business go around. It makes your leverage for pay, everything. I mean, like bringing a crowd is one thing too, but also like just having those networks of opportunity.
Yeah.
Because sometimes people can't do things, and so they need somebody to cover, or you want to be on a set or put a party together with somebody else. It's just all about keeping positive vibes with everybody. I think has always helped. I did a lot of like when I was younger and kind of marketing stuff. I did go to bars that didn't have anybody there, and then I would just come up with like I negotiate sales at bars, like just zero out your register at 9 and we'll do 12% of sales, and then I'll just keep the door.
Oh, really?
But I also partnered with a couple bands in town too that I knew were doing pretty well, and so I would just help book. We're gonna do a band and a DJ night, or I always try to get on those band nights because I felt like it's a lot easier to DJ 20 minutes in between band breaks and play the stuff that the people aren't hearing.
Yeah.
And also it helps make the band look good too, or live music or whatever's going on. And I felt like that was easier than playing 4 hours straight or 5 hours straight at a bar night, and building the night and hopefully people show. And it keeps your energy up when you're just doing like, okay, I'm going to play this, and we're going to keep the energy going. And that's when I was younger, that helped me a lot to partner up with some bands, or if somebody had entertainment, I'll open up for them for an hour. And then just also talking with the bar staff at other bars, like, hey, if you're off this night, pop through, buy you a drink or whatever.
Definitely.
And just networking in general. I think you got to go out to keep that going.
And speaking of the bands, you played with Jeremy, right?
I did play with
I know
Jeremy.
we found that out like long after I met you, but it's like a funny thing.
It's actually kind of like
he probably knows them better than he knows them better than we do.
Yeah.
That's one of the first circles with Kane, is because Kane played with Jeremy for years. And Jeremy, I used to book him at a bar in Jackson, and him and his brother, I got to go play a couple weddings out of state, like in Miami, and it was. I used to play Harper's in Lansing, East Lansing, with them, and we played on Wednesday nights. They're awesome musicians, and they did so. Definitely. Jeremy too played out here a lot too in Kalamazoo. So
Tuesdays at library.
Dude,
I know,
like so cool.
Yeah,
he always talked very highly of Kane, and that we should meet. And it's crazy that we're just meeting now that I'm on the Luxx team, and that's funny. How I met Kane.
Tuesdays they were never like a Saturday, but they would get busy.
Different.
It was a vibe. It was packed. It'd get busy. I wouldn't say packed. It was busy. It was definitely busy. But like what they did musically was just super creative. They would feed off of each other. Like sometimes it would be just Kane DJing, and then it'd be just Jeremy playing guitar and singing, and then they'd do like crossover type stuff where it's both of them together. And it was just, and back then you didn't people weren't doing that. Like you didn't see that regularly.
No, Jeremy was making his own backing tracks and stuff.
Yeah,
because he would do like DMX to like Sweet Caroline. I don't know. It's just all over the place. And he even told me like he would share some of his backing tracks, and then Kane would like mix stuff over those backing tracks so that they could have this collab going.
Well, he'd do a lot of looping and stuff too, which like that's super popular now. But back, this was 10 plus years ago. Like you didn't see a lot of people doing that stuff. Like where they're just he'd pop on the guitar, loop it, and that's and just build a song from literally nothing.
Yeah, he puts on a great show.
I smack my belly like.
We're gonna mic it up for next time.
Yeah, like you ever
deserves two belly smacks.
You ever pop your belly button hole and it's like
I can't say I've ever done that. No.
I
do it all the time.
I have not.
That's our next Instagram clip right there. You ever finger pop your belly button hole?
Don't smell it.
That deserves a shot.
Oh gosh! For those of you listening and not watching, Paul is currently pouring up some Rumplemans for us.
We got a fancy shot glass for Mike.
Yeah, it's a big one, bro.
Is that big?
That's huge.
Yeah,
You have to give that one to.
I'll take that one.
that shouldn't be the guest shot. Yeah,
That should not be the guest shot, bro. That's huge.
It's the same
tell
bottle.
Paul's coming straight out of something that was going on like this.
Straight off a bachelor party.
Yeah.
Just poured a half a fifth into 3 shots.
It's always a good
That's a
thing.
huge. That is a huge one, bro.
I'll do it. It's
Big guy. I mean, I wouldn't say no. I don't say no to anything.
I like the fancy glass too.
Is there any kind of a tradition you guys do on here with your shots?
No, not really.
No. We just like to drink.
Yeah, that's true. Actually.
We switched our entire recording schedule based on Paul's drinking
we can
schedule.
Yeah, that was a library shot.
It was. Good.
Cheers.
Cheers. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's always good when you go out of state to a bar and they have Rumplemans.
Oh, did they? When you were down
there?
Yeah. Where were you this weekend? Kentucky?
Louisville, yeah. Yeah, for a bachelor party. It was great.
I feel like you're on a bachelor party tour.
It was.
Is that what you're doing? I
at
feel
that
like how
age.
many more of these you got? I feel
That
like
was
you
the
got,
last one.
Okay.
He's at that
Yeah.
age though, bro. He's late
Right.
20s. Like, you know, yeah. I mean, I never went to bachelor parties because, you know, if I could travel back in time, I would not be so coin operated because I turned down so many fun opportunities because it's like, to work.
Yeah.
Oh man, I can't go. Sorry, I got a DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But you know, thinking back on it, that was a lot of money. Like, 'cause I would miss out if I DJ'd Thursday, Friday, Saturday.
Yeah.
And the bachelor party's Thursday to Sunday. Like, I just lost out on a chunk of money.
I was the same way. That's how I felt about it sometimes too. I did go on a couple bachelor parties, but anything that had to take a weekend off, I was like, that's my main check though.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
No, I like actually thinking back on it. I've only been on 2 bachelor party trips, Ross Rhodes and Jeremy. That's the only 2 bachelor party trips I've ever been on. And Ross's was great. That was a good time. We didn't do too much damage. Jeremy's, I got blackout drunk and smacked somebody.
That's a trending theme with you. When if Lorgan comes
I'm
out,
just
someone's
starting
getting
to hear
smacked,
about
right?
it. I'm just starting to hear about it.
Yeah.
Smacking people like he's in a WWE
Just
match.
open hands.
Is it to the
bitch
chest or
smacks,
the
bro.
face? Like, I'm just wondering if it's to the
It's
chest
to
like
the,
you're a wrestler.
No, it's this way.
5-star.
Oh, it's like
And it's
from the
fingers. It's
front.
fingers open. Like it's
Yeah.
just. It's a dominance thing.
It's like
for
a
me.
size 10 shoe hit you in the face with the hands too, man.
Well, part of it's probably because I'm too drunk to fight, so I just have to like embarrass somebody to the point where it's like they just don't want to mess with there. I'm not messing with this guy. He just open hand smacked the dog shit out of me.
I feel like if you smack somebody, it's probably worse than a punch at first,
Yeah.
depending how hard
Yeah.
that thing's coming.
Yeah.
You didn't know what just happened.
No.
Just like-
Especially if you felt it like the whole hand is covering
Yeah.
your face. You're
Yeah.
like, that guy's pretty good size.
Well, I don't remember doing
Everybody
it.
talks about
But
Lorgan's strength, like
yeah.
his rural strength.
Have you ever seen Lorgan come out?
I'm not sure if it's Lorgan or not. I guess
You'll
that's
know.
my thing.
You'll
Like,
know.
you know,
yeah.
His
You know.
eyes change.
Okay.
my voice changes.
Do they get beady? I've got a buddy that like his eyes
No,
get
it's like
beady,
there's just not a thought behind the eyes. It's just like
glassed over.
whatever's happening in front of him is happening.
Yeah. It's like the smack's coming. I'm just not sure who wants it.
I don't smack everybody, dude. You think you sound like I'm not an aggressive drunk at all. I'm actually the polar
I don't-
opposite.
Yeah.
Like I'm only, and that's not even aggressive. That's just you pissed me off. You know, like I was having a good time, you pissed me off, so I'm
Yeah.
just gonna smack the shit out of it.
Slapping somebody's not aggressive. It's like, that's
Not if they deserve it.
Playful.
to you, you're like, that's
Anyway.
minimal. That's like a slap to the face is minimal.
Yeah.
No, but Lorgan, so can you just tell me a little bit about who is Lorgan? Maybe it's a Paul question, but like what's like
I need to know like the lore behind or how that
that's
even
me
started.
too. Like I understand like if you turn up a little bit.
So,
but like, what changes? What's the difference between Logan having some drinks and Lorgan coming out?
It's an alter ego.
Logan's gone. When Logan comes out, Logan is not there.
Who gave you that name?
My buddy Wisher, Brandon Wisher is his name, but he gave me the nickname Lorgan, and it was just from getting, shitty drunk, right? This was like back before we were even 21.
Yeah.
Just getting pissed drunk, and then Lorgan, they'd call it Lorgan's coming out. And Lorgan was the guy that like you tell him to do something, run through that fence.
Oh, he's doing it.
Okay.
He's running through. Jump on that car. He's doing it.
Yeah.
Just
Smack that dude.
literally walk up, just smack. Like this, what he would do whatever, just because it's funny, right?
Yeah.
More so than anything. Like but yeah, that's where Logan came from, and Logan is just like he's just a funny drunk guy.
That makes more sense. I guess like every time I've heard Logan mentioned, there's like the smack involved, and so I'm like, is it aggressive? It's not really.
It's definitely not.
No, it's just like
sometimes Paul's seen me like out in the middle of the dance floor. I'm looking like freaking. Was it John Hamm when he's like in the? The viral video.
Yeah.
Sometimes that's me out in the middle of the dance floor. Just
100%.
yeah, just out of it.
Yeah, just
that makes more
Enjoying
sense.
the vibes.
Yeah,
But no, like everyone is in my way. Like, I just like if I'm going, if I need to go to the bar, it doesn't matter. Like,
You're just
I'm
be like,
going to the bar.
you're just pushing.
Yeah, it's like a snow plow. Just
But when Lorgan's not out, it's a complete difference. I'm like, excuse me, pardon me, excuse me. Oh, let me sneak through here. Sorry. like constantly try. I don't know. Whatever.
That's funny.
Yeah.
Anyway, enough about Lorgan.
Yeah.
Question for you, Mike.
Yeah.
So this is something that I don't know about you, but how did you get into weddings? And like, do you remember the first wedding that you did?
I'm trying to think of what the very first wedding I did. I feel like I did a couple weddings for some friends when I was like doing a lot of bar gigs. I wasn't doing like I didn't have the setup I have now or anything like that. Like it was like I'm the guy like when people show up to a wedding, they're like, that dude's the DJ, you know what I mean? Because I'm just bringing a table, throwing my turntables down.
$300.
No timeline. We're just like, when's this? When's that? You know what I mean? I would do that for a couple friends. I got into weddings. I'd probably say I did a couple weddings for friends, and then I had one experience that kind of just set it like where I'm never doing this again.
For friends?
For friends.
Yeah.
It was actually for a guy that I went to like middle school with, even elementary. Great dude. Amazing guitar player, played in some bands and stuff. And then his sister's best friend or something was getting married. And they're like, oh, Mike has some speakers and DJs some bars. And this is like CDJs, but CDs.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
So everything's burned.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I converted over to CDJs because vinyl was kind of, I wouldn't say it was on its way out, but like Serato wasn't here or anything. So we were doing CDJs, so like burned CDs and CD subscriptions, like record pool subscriptions that you would get.
Promo only. Like, right?
Promo only. Mix Show Tools was a big one that I liked because it was, and I still use some of those today, believe it or not. But I ended up doing this wedding. It was in like a very out in the country little hall that they rented. But I didn't know the girl's husband. I met with her once, maybe twice. And she goes, I'm going to give you all the music you need. We just need somebody to play music. And I was like, fair enough. I didn't charge her that much, obviously, because it was a little more than a bar night. But I knew the caterer owns like a chicken restaurant in our town. And so they ended up, I knew them. And I get there and she gave me all this music and I'm going through it like way ahead of time to kind of know what I'm up against. It's like a lot of 80s. They're a little bit older than me. And so I started DJing. First of all, I get there. I set up way earlier in the day, like 12 o'clock. They're coming in about like 5 or 6 or something. And I got to announce all their names coming in. I get there at like an hour before I'm supposed to be there. Everything's already set up. All I got to do is turn on power. I get there. Everyone's in the building.
Oh, my God.
Everyone's already there. They had the ceremony somewhere else. They're already there.
Nightmare.
That was not told to me that total nightmare. I'm like, embarrassed.
Yeah.
I'm just coming in. It looks like I'm late. None of the guests know that at all.
Yeah.
And then the groom comes up and he's like, dude, you're way late. And I go, nope. here's your contract. Here's what time I'm like, thankfully I had this stuff in place. So I was in the right, but he was like, okay, well, we're already in the room. So like, we don't need to do announcements and everything. He was total jerk right off the rip. But I was like, well, I got the music your wife gave me. This is what we're going to play. And he was like, no. And he was like, we're not playing any of that. And I was like, I have no, like, I'm younger too. And I was just like, whatever you guys want at this point. Like, I don't even want to be here. Yeah. I'm just like shutting down. Like, I don't even want to, I should have never done this at all. Like, it's the worst experience. Then he comes, this is no joke. They had like bales of hay around the dance floor too. Like, it was very country-esque wedding. Yeah, it was crazy. Like, and she wanted all like 80s pop, like Michael Jackson, Prince, stuff like that. None of that got played. This guy goes, I'll be right back. The groom goes out to his truck. This is no joke. Grabs the CD out, brings it up to me, takes a Sharpie and marks, play this one, this one, this one. On the CD, it says that I can for younger people. On the CD, it says the titles. Yeah. And so he says, play this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one. That's all. Guess what CD it was? Conway Twitty's Greatest Hits.
Oh, my God.
I was wanting to, like, just leave. Can I tear down my stuff and get out of here? This is horrible.
What a disaster.
I'm not joking. For the next, like, 3 hours, I'm, like, playing the same song, then the next song on repeat. This is all I did.
And that's what he wanted.
That's what he wanted. They only danced to those songs. If I steered away from it, like the bride came up once or twice, can you play something from my collection? I'd play it. Nobody would dance. Conway Twitty, people would get out. I'm like, we're literally playing like 8 songs the whole night for a few hours. And I was like, never again. Yeah. If this is weddings, I'm never doing this ever. I don't even want to be a part of this.
Yeah.
I don't know. It was the worst experience I've ever had. And so I didn't do weddings forever. And then weddings kind of changed too to like more MC work. In my market, there wasn't anybody on turntables like playing weddings. It was like, we have a playlist and we're just going to hit play and then we're going to teach you how to do a line dance. And I was like, not for me.
Yeah.
No, I want to DJ. That to me is not DJing, that's MCing. And so I wasn't a part of that. So I kind of stayed away from that, just did the bar stuff for a long time, actually, until probably right before COVID time. I was like,
oh, really?
Yeah, I came across some stuff on YouTube, and I think it was like Jani's group or Nick Spinelli or somebody like that was like talking about, I want to say it was like Mobile Beat. Somebody was talking about Mobile Beat. Jani was DJing. There's like a clip of him DJing the year before, and he was on turntables or like mixing, and they were talking about mixing at weddings. I want to say Spinelli was. And so they're talking about mixing at weddings, and I was like, oh, this is you can mix at weddings now? This is okay?
Well, do you remember 2019 when we went to Midwest? And Spinelli did the mixing seminar?
Yeah. He had
I was like, what the fuck is going on right now? Like,
I didn't know that you could do that at weddings. I went there. That was the first like wedding, I wouldn't even say wedding, but first DJ conference. I just kind of took a leap and it was in Vegas. I went in Vegas when Joe Bunn launched the DJ Vault.
Okay.
I went to that Vegas thing, Mobile Beat, and that was for me and my wife just made a trip and I bought a ticket, went to that thing and sat in some seminars. But it was still like, I went to Mobile Beat a long time ago and it was very much the DJs like emceeing. And I was like, this isn't cool. Yeah. And then later on, when I started hearing about that more often, then I went to Midwest and I was like, okay, I'm going to invest in some gear. I'm going to kind of jump in the wedding game. I think I can do this. I'll do a few and see how it happens. And this conference will kind of let me get involved with, find out what's up. Because you were there and we didn't even.
Oh, so I didn't know that. I didn't know you went to Midwest you didn't know Logan then?
I did not know Logan. I didn't even meet Logan. And there was only like, we were talking about, there was only like 100 and some people there or something.
It was small. Like 2019 was real small.
I thought a casino before they moved it where they have it now? And no, I knew another guy, Matt Wade. He's from my area. And I want to say that was the only person that I knew there. I didn't even meet Logan until after Midwest. I ended up like scrolling on YouTube and I was looking at some different wedding stuff. I want to say I was looking at Midwest stuff. And
I did a vlog for 2019. I did a vlog.
Yeah, you did like a recap of the event. And so that came across my feed. I ended up checking out Logan. I'm like, this dude's in Michigan. I didn't even know anybody from Michigan
was
really? There. Yeah, so I ended up hitting up Logan and was like, can we meet up sometime? So I came out to Kalamazoo. We actually met. I think we met at your place.
No, we met at my place. Then we went to the library.
Then we went to the library after because
Really?
Jeremy was playing at library.
Yeah.
So we met on that Tuesday night.
Yeah.
And ended up seeing Jeremy, and I got to meet Logan and talk about his YouTube channel. And then Logan ended up starting up a business, and here we are.
That's sick.
Yeah.
I did not know that at all.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's crazy that we're at the same conference and didn't know each other. It was that small. And
Yeah.
So how many times have you been to Midwest then? Since 19, you've gone
since
every
then, every year.
Every year. We've both gone every year because the following year we went together.
Yep.
Well, 2020 we didn't go at all. So 2021 we went together.
Yeah.
But we ended up
COVID
going.
was canceled.
Yeah.
Yeah. So well, we must have met right after Midwest because we met at Midwest, but then didn't meet, but we met right after, and then because we went to DJ Collective 2019. Not like we had already met in
Was
person.
that your first collective or first DJ collective?
That was the first.
But
DJ
remember, I
collective.
couldn't make it. I had
I
had emergency surgery. Like I had a issue, I had a tear in my esophagus, and I had surgery. And then I was healing up. I bought a ticket to Collective airfare. Couldn't go.
Oh no!
I was so disappointed, and it was a banger too. Like it was.
So then
2021
2021 he did go.
Yeah.
He did go finally. But yeah, so we made friends after Midwest, and then we were both supposed to go in November to Collective. He didn't make it, and then the next year was COVID, so shit didn't happen then.
Yeah.
And then 2021 he did finally go, and that was when I think because when I started Luxx, I brought Juan on first, Manny, Bobo, and then I think you were right after that, right?
Yeah, I think Melvin was in there too, or something. Or
Melvin was
maybe
in there for a
Melvin-
minute.
Yeah.
Melvin was in there for a minute, and then and that's another one. I would love to bring Melvin back. Melvin, DJ some freaking weddings. He hates weddings though.
Well, I get it, man. I'm not gonna say I hate them at all. The hard part about weddings compared to bar gigs and club gigs is if you play like Paul plays, you play every Saturday night at Lib, right?
Yeah.
So I'm not saying you know every night how it's gonna be, but it's on you to build that night how you want. So you're in way more control than you are with a wedding where every wedding's different. The venue, even if you've been to the venue before, it's a different couple, different vibe.
Yeah.
Where things at. They're always so it is a lot of moving parts and it's a lot of responsibility to take on, and it is kind of scary. You know what I mean? Like you're taking on that responsibility as opposed to let me prep my we all want to just DJ. We don't want to really do all this production, and it looks great at the end of the day. But for me, I want the production to go as quick as possible. I want to get to let's get to that reception.
I want to show up, hook my computer up.
Yeah, man, I want to do what I love to do, and that's just playing the music
music.
and mixing music and prepping the set and let me try some tracks or let me do what you want to do, but I want to do all that. The production's like the add-on.
Yeah.
It's like what comes with the job.
For me though, I mean, I don't want to say necessarily devil's advocate here, but for me with weddings, that is one of my favorite parts is the fact that it could be the same venue, but it's a different party, different people, different playlist.
Yeah.
And I have to start from scratch. Even if they give me a little bit of direction ahead of time, it's not like, the bar nights for me, I played 3 nights a week for, well, I mean, you get it. You did it for probably, you've been doing it for longer than me, but I did 3 nights a week for fucking ever, dude. And it's almost like phoning it in to the point where you knew what you were going to get requests for, you know?
Sure.
You just knew. You knew what was coming. You knew what was going to happen. You knew you had to do your little set with Usher, and blah blah blah, and that stuff. And when the 70 BPM hip hop first came out, it was super freaking popular. So you knew you were going to be playing a bunch of freaking, low BPM Cardi B and Nicki Minaj and all that stuff. It was way more predictable, I guess. So I think what I love about weddings is the fact that they're not so predictable.
Yeah.
And we talked about it last week about. I prepped for probably no bullshit. The most I've prepped in a really long time for an event was last weekend, and last weekend. It was probably 4 straight hours of just building crates, building mini sets, looking at keys, looking at BPMs. Okay, I'm gonna do this, and I'm literally trying to strategize this event because I was nervous. I was super nervous, because it was a very country wedding, and I roll into it, and we talked about it last week, but an hour in, I crumpled that shit up and threw it out the freaking window because it wasn't working.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, what I thought was going to work didn't work at all.
And
Like,
it's unpredictable, you know what I mean? Which can make it a challenge, it can make it fun. And that's where that production, like the production side stands you apart, right? But I don't love lugging equipment. I don't think anybody does. But it is a good feeling when somebody comes up and goes, man, I ain't never seen a setup like this before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, you guys always do a good. Luxx always has these like primo setups, and it does.
And how cool is that though? What you just said,
It definitely
to the point where like you have like planners or like people like in the industry come up and like, oh, you're with Luxx, like, and they just
must know.
They just know.
Yeah.
Our team really is like the top of the field with like all that setup wise.
And you know what's wild is we've been doing it a while. Like to me, like it's what 5 or 6 years in that we've been doing this like
Same
luxury
thing.
brand, and you still get that. It's crazy that no one else is changing.
Yeah, they're
That's
not,
what's
they're,
wild
they're not
to me.
trying to keep up.
No, it's like everyone, the rest of the market is here.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's honestly like some simple changes. It isn't like $1 million to go do what we're doing. You know what I mean? It's like having those things to like engage people, and then also the talent behind it is like.
But I think it's also been a slow building process for each of us, and then especially Logan. Like even when I first started, like my setup that I had, and compared to the setup I have now, like that I bring to weddings, is just like tenfold.
Right.
You know, but when I first started, that was a sick setup, and everyone thought it was too. But now I couldn't imagine what I'm playing on now when I first started.
Right.
Like, it's a slow process though. It's not like in 1 year you're not going to get everything you need for the rest of your career.
Right. Right. And you're always going to slowly build it. Like you look at, like, I always think back about Ryan, and like Ryan, one of the cool things that Ryan's done for me is he's helped inspire me with like staying excited, you know, because, you know, when I first brought him on, you know, this was back when, you know, Dre moved to St. Louis and stuff. And I needed Ryan to fill a bunch of dates, and he took them all on. He took on like 14 freaking weddings his first season. And I just went on. I like literally took a gamble on him. Like, you know, we filled with internally as many as we could, but he literally took on like 14 weddings. Yeah, and crushed every single one of them. But he was setting up on a folding table with a skirt and like, you know, all the other stuff. But he initially, like right out of the gate, was like, what can I do to better myself? Like, what do I need to do? So as he was making that money, he was consistently throughout those 14 events buying stuff, like got rid of his Bose sound system and got the Evox. You know, he bought the Evolve 50s. Yeah, bought a set of 50s, bought nicer mics, like bought like he was investing in himself. He probably made like hardly any money that first year, but he definitely has ADHD like me, because he got so freaking dialed into like, how can I make this as good as possible? Like, and that's what he did. You know, he leveled up. Build me a booth. I don't care. I'll run a U-Haul every weekend. I don't care. Like that's worth it. Like for the presentation, and like you're talking about with when people talk about how like cool our setups are and stuff. Yeah. Spending that $100 and some to rent the U-Haul to bring the gear there is worth it to him, because it makes the experience that much better to have the booth and have all the stuff rather than packing it all up in his car. Yep. You know?
Yeah, I think it's a first impression. Yeah. Like the minute your guests walk in, the system looks like this is different. Yeah. This is different than anything going on. And the biggest reason why Ryan crushed, first of all, he's a great DJ, but to take on 14 weddings and be DJing on like a table and stuff, like you're just a dope DJ. That's what starts. And then to add those things are like the first impression where people walk in and go, all right, I see that this is going to be a change. And then when he crushes, it's like ends on an even higher note. Than
that's like what he said when he had just moved home from Chicago. Yeah. And he's like, bro, I had done 14 weddings in my career.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, and
then all of a sudden he's like, I just gave him a full summer's worth of events. He's like, well, I guess we're going for it. Yeah. We're all in now, you know. I don't want to say like fake it till you make it, because he definitely had the experience.
No, he's already a DJ. Like he already could handle the DJ portion. It's all the extra stuff that.
The behind the scenes stuff.
Yeah, man. Like talking on a mic or just making announcements or just the flow of muscle memory of setup and making sure everything's right. It is when you go into a bar and club, like things are on and things are good and they got their own sound. And when you got to bring your own, you're like, is my stuff broken yet?
Yeah.
Or did something happen? Do I need to fix it? Do I need to do this?
Yeah.
But checking all those things, things happen, and just the more you do it, the better you get at those other things, and you just never know until things come up.
Yeah.
You kind of got to go through it.
It's a slow learning process.
It is.
Because you don't learn it until you come across it.
And it's nothing any of us really want. This sounds horrible because I'm not speaking for, I'm speaking for the DJs. Like all the things that could go wrong are things like, it's not whether I got my music or whether I got my turntables or whether I got my mixers tight or things are plugged. It's all the other things. It's the formalities. Do I have people's names right? Am I going to say them right? Am I going to, all these other things that tie into a wedding and why we're a luxury brand more than just a DJ too. Totally. You know what I mean? So the DJ side of things are what we are already, that's the base, is being the good DJ. And then I think you bring it up with all the production level. Yeah.
And I don't even really like to consider ourselves a luxury brand, I mean, we're not doing $200,000 weddings.
No, you're right.
But what I do, I mean, I would love to. What I think we are is a brand that caters towards couples that prioritize the entertainment.
Yeah, I think that's a great way to say it.
That's really what it is we prioritize, our couples prioritize the party. Yeah. And we do really well with the formalities. We can knock all that out of the park, but once you get to that reception piece and you get to the introductions where we hype everybody, like all of us do that. We hype everybody up, and I can't even count on all my extremities how many times I've had people be like, I've never seen a DJ do that. And I'm like, what do you mean? All I did is walk out in front of the booth and acknowledge everyone that's in the room. That's literally all I did. At the end of the day, that's all I did. Yeah. But they've never seen that before. And they every single person in that room has been to another wedding. Yeah. Where the DJ stood behind the DJ booth and said, hello, welcome to the wedding celebration of Steve and Sally. My name's Todd, and I'm going to play some music for you tonight. Yeah. Make some noise for our wedding party. That's what they get, you know? And that's just not what we do. No. I think just being ever changing too, like is the amount of events we do, it really helps to understand where brides and grooms are going, like where the couples are going, I should say, like what their expectations are. It could be like something they've seen on TikTok, or it could be something new that they want to try, or something like different. The group entrance, the bottle service entrance, like all the stuff that, why has no one copied us yet? Yeah. That's what I was talking about, the look, just the look alone. I guess we go to these conferences too, and you see other like-minded companies or DJs or whatever, but they're in different markets. Yeah. It's just really wild to come back home and like nobody else is doing anything. So, like I would expect by now, like somebody's... We're light years ahead. Light years ahead. Yeah. And I mean, the Midwest has always kind of been behind. I mean, we got there's some companies on the East side, like Nick Hardy that owns Elysium, like they do a really great job. Obviously Casey Rush and like his team, they do a good job. Chris London, there's Bash Entertainment. There's companies over there that are doing similar stuff. Correct. But they're not like we really kind of, I think we own this market for sure. Mm-hmm. I think it's a lot of good companies booking good talent. Right. The talent already has what their setup is or what's going on. It's not very, it's not like everybody on the team is doing that. It's like true. That's what I feel like. It's like the branding aspect is they might have a good name or a good end, but like not everybody on their team is kind of doing good stuff. Yep. I guess. I understand. I know exactly where you're leaning towards with that. And I think that's something that's different about us is we have that symmetry across the board. Yeah. We all have really like, most of outside of Paul, everyone has a video booth. Mm-hmm. But even when I pitch Paul, I talk about the fact that he's very hands-on with the controller and like doing things, and it's still furniture. It's not a table. Mm-hmm. It's still DJ furniture, and honestly, it's even more of a presentation because there's nothing blocking what he's doing. Mm-hmm. 100%. I mean, ultimately, it comes back to being just a dope DJ. Right? Mm-hmm. Like the furniture isn't going to make you a better DJ. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like the furniture for me is not necessarily about the TV is like a bonus. For me, all my stuff's in there and I can roll it in and out. That's really all it is like less
for me to carry. It goes in my van, comes out, but your setup's dope. Like it ultimately comes down to the product.
It is a clean setup, but also like you said, it's not like I'm not like hidden behind anything to where like when I'm ripping and scratching like to like live songs and stuff, I'll like see people that look over and be like, what is that?
Very
Especially
visible.
some old heads too. They know like they hear it and they like can pick it up that I'm like scratching.
Yeah.
And stuff. So that's
what I love. I think that's what I like about at the weddings, like using a controller or turntables, like something that somebody can physically see you move. It's not just a laptop and they don't know.
So are you on?
Everybody knows that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They know the playlist, but.
Are you on your Rev 7 most of the time, or are you still playing on tables most of the time?
It's 90% is on my turntables. They're in the booth.
I can't get out of it. I can't, like, dude, I just got the S11 and those Cross 12s.
I want the Cross 12s. I'll tell you what,
Bro.
I'm scared to death to put them in my booth and wheel. Like I want them for my house, but they're the ones that I want to take on the road. But I don't want to beat them up on the road. I guess so. That's the biggest.
So
thing
did you have 1200s at some point?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
So
where I started.
I and Ryan didn't believe me when I told him this, and I bought them because of Nate Nelson. Nate bought them and loved them. And I talked to Spinelli about it, and he loved them. And I'm like, all right, I'm fucking buying these things.
I
ended up buying a set, and I told Ryan, we did Liam's wedding together, and he's like, can you put the Rev 7 in the booth? And I'm like, no, we're playing on this S11 and these Cross 12s. And he's like, a peach one, 2 regulars. Do you want the peach or the regular?
I'll take a regular. I'm not there yet, but I feel like it.
Well, anyway,
I'm just new to this.
Anyway, so Ryan didn't want to play. He wanted to play on the Rev 7, and I was like, "No, dude, we're playing. I just got this set up. I want to play on it." He goes, "Well, that's exactly why I don't want to play on it. It's never been played on before." And I'm like, "Well, that's exactly why I do want to play on it. Is because I haven't played on it yet. I've tested it. It all works. It's all fine. Like we can do an event. Let's do it." And I was super rusty on turntables for one, but that was coming from a Rain 70 and Rain 12s. Okay. But like these Cross 12s, bro, are 1200s. They are the closest thing. I
gotta try them, bro.
They are better than Phase. They're better than the Rain 12s. They are the closest thing to a 1200 with a freaking a 447 that you'll ever get, or a white label or whatever needle you're playing with. Like they are bomb. And Ryan, after that wedding, he's like, "You were right. These are so dope. They are. They're
I want a pair, and it's not just to have a pair, but like I've been buying vinyl again. Like I've been buying vinyl actually for a while. Like hopefully my wife isn't watching this. I've been like buying every time I get paid.
Bro, I dug through totes. Like I spent like an hour and a half digging through totes trying to find my needles.
Oh yeah,
because I couldn't find them. I had like that blue, like that blue shirt. Remember that blue shirt?
I got one sitting on my shelf right now.
And I opened that thing up, and it was like, and there's 2 sets of 447s.
Yeah,
I have a black set of Technical head shells and a silver set, and then I have a brand new pair of white labels in there.
Dang,
that's like gold, bro.
Yeah,
literally like freaking gold.
I think for a while, like people were. Like if they had them, they were selling them because people were just wanting them because you couldn't get them.
Well, Ortophone bought I think that they bought the the word I'm looking for, like the patent or whatever on the 447s, and they're reproducing them, but they're still not the same as what it was when Cher did it.
Yeah.
So, but I still don't understand like vinyl's not going away. Why would you discontinue that?
Yeah, that is really weird.
No, I'd like to share this is in this beginning of the year, I think it was February, March, around my birthday, Level Up DJs in Pittsburgh. Super dope. Like I definitely I know I love Midwest. I love DJC. A lot of wedding stuff there, a lot of corporate stuff, a lot of big company stuff that I love. Like I love all those experiences. Pittsburgh was like, I just kind of went, my birthday's at the end of March. I told my wife, like, let's just go for the weekend. I'm going to buy a ticket. I've been wanting to go. It was on the same date as Midwest last year.
Okay.
So I couldn't go. And DJ Zimmy, shout out to Zimmy, put this thing together. And it, I get to meet a lot of cool people there. Nothing wedding. So it was different. It was like getting back to my roots. They had Bum Rush 45 was there. It was an online record store. A lot of these DJs were like making their own productions and putting them on 45, which is why I want the Cross 12s, because I kind of want to start playing 45s again, or real vinyl, just do real vinyl sets. And it was just nice to get back to my roots of where I kind of learned to play on vinyl and get back to that. And like Scratch Bastard was there, Trace was there, like dudes. I mean,
ripping.
Scratch Bastard's opening night set was just unreal. It was at a bar there that was like DJ Nugget, I believe, is the owner of this bar, and it was just, they do vinyl sets there all the time. It's very DJ driven, small bar, and Scratch Bastard like ripped it, like it was out cold, dude. Like I just couldn't believe it. Like I've seen him at DJC. Remember when we got to see him at DJC, like that Primer used live streaming, and then he did what was super dope was he did his Tuesday morning coffee set at the facility that we were having the show at, the conference at. And it was off to the side, and then they let everybody jump in on the Twitch stream, like while he was going live at the end. So it was just all these DJs mobbing it. It was just such a dope feeling.
When we went to Austin for my bachelor party, we went to a bastard barbecue, and Melvin. So Jeremy was there. Just so you guys know, we keep looking at Jeremy because he's off camera over here, just waiting for us to get done so we can drink more long drinks. But no, for my bachelor party, we went to Austin, Texas during South by Southwest, and Melvin, one of our other DJ buddies, Mel V, he bought us all tickets to the Bastard Barbecue. And he did it because he's like, I know we're the bunch of people that aren't DJs, but I think that they'll still appreciate it. And he knew that if we asked everybody to do it, several people probably would be like, nah, we're good. We don't want to do that. We don't want to go to that. So he's like, nah, I'm just going to buy the tickets. We'll just do it, and we'll all go. And everybody, what do you think? It was fun, wasn't it?
10 out of 10.
Yeah, Jeremy says 10 out of 10. If you can't hear that, he said 10 out of 10. It was freaking awesome. I mean, it was.
I can't imagine that. It would be super dope.
And we were there for what, at least half a day. Like, it was hours. It was a long time. It was.
I want to go to one of those, like, so bad.
Oh, bro, it was so much fun.
I sent you that one on Instagram in New York. Like, probably a bad date.
That's a bad date. It's literally like over the weekend of like Shayna's due date, basically.
Yeah,
sounds like a great day to get away.
Yeah, probability of making that one.
But I'm going to tell you, don't do it.
Starting off hot.
Just live. I'm going to tell you, don't do it. Cheers, fellas.
Cheers.
All right, well, we've broken a serious record. We're at 49 minutes. I knew our first.
Can I slide this over there that way?
Yeah, I knew our first guest episode was going to be longer.
Do you guys have a goal? Are you trying to do like an hour?
No, like
We're just going.
I mean, we don't even have to end it. Like, we don't have to. If we got stuff to talk about, like, that's kind of how we. Like, it's really been kind of interesting because when we first started doing this, we tried to be pretty structured with like this segment and that segment and this segment and that segment. And the first episode that we did where we had nothing planned was our longest episode. We just got on, like, I got nothing planned. Let's just shoot the shit. And like after we got done with that, we got a bunch of good response from that too, of people being like, I actually really liked that. I liked that you guys were just shooting the shit and just, whatever.
Yeah.
And since it is like, this is just it's literally a passion project. There's like, if Long Drink wants to sponsor us or Rumplemans wants to sponsor us, that'd be really cool.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just, for me, like, selfishly, like, I wanted to get to know Paul better, like, honestly. And I've always wanted to start a podcast. Those are the two things.
Yeah.
I wanted to start a podcast.
Yeah.
I wanted to get to know Paul better outside of the bar. And that's really literally what started it,
And I think that's one thing that's really dope is to get to know, like, all of us are always working. I don't know if anybody knows this, but like, we all live in different. I mean, you guys are west of me. I'm an hour away east, but
hour and what? It's hour and 15 for you to get here.
Hour and 15.
Yeah.
And everybody's doing their own thing. It's not like we live in the same neighborhood and we all chat.
Yeah.
It's usually like we see each other at an event or a bar.
Yeah.
And then things are loud and people are working and you still have a job to do.
Yeah.
So it's not like really hanging out.
Right. No, exactly.
Yeah.
Like, if I go to hang out with Paul at the library,
It's
I'm not
DJ.
chirping in his ear while he's DJing.
Yeah,
Correct.
we're not talking about how the week was. Or
No,
like
correct.
No, even if he's tag teaming with Kane, like they swap out and like we take a shot together. We have we're drinking, we're hanging out. Like we're not like it's not like this. You know.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I don't think people realize, like, even at a wedding, you're moving fast. Like, you're mixing. In a college bar, where these guys play. Yeah. Okay. Kane and Paul, it's like even quicker.
Yeah.
So, like, I remember it was a couple weeks ago, I think I came out to see you and Kane.
Yeah.
And I stopped in. If I'm on the west side and I'm done at an event and these guys are playing till 2 during college time at the Lib, library, shout out in Kalamazoo. It's a great place. So I always try to make a stop. And when I stopped there, Paul was at an event. So Paul was coming in and double dipping. So he was going to do an event and he was going to bounce over there as soon as he can, like usually by midnight.
Yeah,
he's going on. So I was already there and Kane was going. I'm not sitting there having a conversation with Kane. I told Kane, like, do your thing. If you need a drink or something, I'll go get you. But I'm going to just sit here and chill. Like, I'm not trying to, even though Paul's not there too, like, I'm not trying to have a conversation with Kane. I know he's got to work, and he was working it and doing his thing. He's still mixed. Like, everything's still moving super fast. He's still got a job to do. You know what I mean? And then the only time I get to talk to them is when Paul's ripping. I'm talking to Kane for a minute. And vice versa, and that's my time with them.
Yeah, Paul turns down the booth monitor because Kane runs it at 9,000.
Hey,
much
man.
like Ryan.
No, that's right.
Listen, I
Kane
can relate.
barely does.
I can relate to Kane. We're around the same age. These ears are going a little
No,
bit.
Ryan,
There's nothing wrong with it.
Bro,
Ryan's loud as fuck.
Is he?
I'll never forget.
It's
this.
hilarious. I love it though.
He got like kind of mad at me one night when I was at Eve because I'm in the booth and I'm like, bro, turn this fucking monitor down. And he's like, I got to be able to hear what I'm mixing. And I'm like, you can hear what you're mixing. Put the fucking headphones on, bro. Like you're deafening me. I'm 6'5", and the monitor's right freaking here, just screaming in my ear. And like and it was fine. Obviously, it's his DJ booth. It's his thing or whatever. But I'm like, I'm not even gonna hang out in here with you because I can't. Like, even if you did turn to say a word to me, I can't hear shit.
I'm short too, so I would probably be on Ryan's side.
You're further away from the speaker.
Yeah, bro. I woke up the next morning and my left ear was like,
yeah. Well, that's the thing with library is our fucking booth monitor is a 450. Yeah. Like, who's using an SR 450 for a booth?
That's
monitor?
A great booth monitor.
Like, it's just so loud.
Yeah.
I use that same top speaker like in 98.
These are from 98.
Actually, if we were to take they've been holding. That's a shout out to them.
Yeah,
because they've been holding up.
If we took a walk out into the warehouse, that's what I have hung up, flown in the warehouse corner, as my.
Oh, so you can listen to music or something?
Yeah. I have 2 of them. Yeah.
Dope.
They're ridiculous speakers, like bulletproof. Like you can't.
They still held up, man.
You cannot hurt them. Like you can blow them.
They were for me and any DJ I talked to. They were the speaker to like have.
Well,
like,
you want to know? You guys want to know? I don't know if this is true. I'm gonna lead by saying I don't know if this is fully true, but I've heard from friends in the industry that the reason that the SRM 450 is so great is because it's the older version of Mackie, and it was actually white labeled by Mackie, but it's an RCF speaker.
Really?
It's an Italian-made RCF speaker.
Interesting.
And the SRM 450 was white labeled by Mackie.
Wow.
That's what I've been told. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's true or not, but that would make a lot of sense because everything Mackie after that has been trash.
Troubled.
Mackie thump.
Troubled. I like Paul's answer. Yeah. Keeps us safe.
Yeah, Mackie thump, more like Mackie dump.
Yeah.
Dumpster. Mackie dumpster speak. Yeah, I don't know. But, dude, even the SRM, like the V2s were great, the black ones. So the V1s were gray. Then they had like a V2 that was blue for a second.
Yeah,
and
King had the blues.
And so you kept up with them?
And they came out with
you
the black
kept up with them after that?
Well, no, then the V3s came out. The V3s came out and they were trash. Garbage. Okay. They had a digital DSP built, like supposedly DSP built in, and now they're garbage, dude.
Yeah,
garbage.
I just didn't keep up with them. I feel like they rebranded, but I didn't keep up with them. Once I seen, unfortunately, and I shouldn't say unfortunately, I'm an industry standard guy, and it's more like whatever the masses are using, I try to use that because then if I have any issues, I can answer.
Well, it's good.
Ask questions. Yeah, Pioneer, industry standard. Like when I moved over to, Serato, industry standard. Like I don't know. I just kind of stayed that lane. I feel like Rekordbox was dope, but it was more for EDM guys, producers, and so I wasn't in that lane.
I feel like with Rekordbox, a lot of like the tractor guys transitioned over to that.
Yeah.
I feel like you're right. And I feel like Rekordbox at that time had a better library organization. And so those guys are playing 1 hour sets, 45-minute sets. They're putting in USBs. They're planning their sets. Yeah. They're playing for an opener. So I get it.
They don't have Tisha drunk on 17 freaking gummy bear shots walking up saying, "Can you play some Kesha?"
They're not playing open format spots where you need everything you got. No, you know what I mean? You need to accommodate everybody. And so I feel like that's how that went. So I've always stayed industry standard. I had CDJs. I had the Nexus 900. I did that with turntables.
What CDJs did you have?
I had the 1000 was a CDJ, the first ones, MK1s.
No, the first ones were like there was like 400s with the flat screen, like the gray ones with the flat screen.
800. Those were the 800s. But I feel like they came out as a budget model to the
Melvin had the silver ones. And then
those were the 800s. CDJ 800s. And they came out as a budget version of the main.
Because then Manny had the 1000s.
I had the CDJ 1000s.
That's what he had. Had the screen on them.
Now they're up to like the 3000s or something.
Yeah, 3000.
Well, now the Alpha Theta, whatever they are, the 3000Xs is what they call them now.
Yeah, they're media players now.
Yeah.
This is back in the day when you used to put CDs in them, date myself. But
yeah, you put a timecode vinyl.
I had the 2000s
CD in there. Or a real CD.
Yeah,
actually, I never did that. Oh, listen to this. So, I go to a place and get professionally stretched once a week. Not my booty hole, my body.
No Diddy.
No Diddy.
Thank you
Diddy.
So much. Thank you for saying that.
No, I get professionally
stretched. Can we just document where? Can you lead with where?
Jesus, guys.
No Diddy is like the...
I get professionally stretched, no Diddy. No diddling. So they like hamstrings, quads. It's a place called Stretch
Please
Zone.
name all the muscles so nobody thinks you're sus.
It's great. Anyway. The guy that
don't say my name on the mic.
The guy that stretches, the guy that does my stretching for me.
What's his name? Hans?
No, his name is actually Logan, ironically. So we have the same
Logan?
name. And his birthday is also in June. His name's Logan. But anyway, we were talking, and I said something about burning a CD, and we're talking about burning CDs and going on.
You thought it was something to your muscles?
No. He stops. He stops me like a few minutes later. He goes, "Hey, man, I'm really sorry, but like, what is a burnt CD? What does that mean?"
Oh, he's young.
And I was like, he's 21. And I was like,
Paul looked at me like I was 75, bro.
I was like,
I'm way younger.
I was like, what? And it took me a second. And I was like, oh, you don't have any idea. I was like, what year were you born, bro? He's like, I was born in 2005. And I was like, whoa.
Yo.
I was burning CDs before 2005. Okay, let me explain this to you. So I was like, do you know what an iPod is? And he goes, well, I had like an iPod like Touch when I was younger. And I was like, yeah, like you had to like hook it up to the computer. And he goes, no. So like he didn't even have it like to the point where he had to like load iTunes with music.
Because his parents did it for him when he was in hell as a kid.
Well, I think that he had like Spotify even on like the iPod Touch kind of thing. Like I don't know.
It's all Apple Music.
The iPod Touch was like an iPhone. Basically.
Yeah, Apple Music without cellular, right? So so Apple Music, whatever.
Yeah.
So I had to explain to him the progression of this is what I used to do. I used to have to like download these songs. I had to burn them to a CD, and he's like, "What is burning?" And I had to explain it to him. Like, we would go to Best Buy, we'd buy a stack of fucking blank CDs, and we had this like, what really started, we had this external like CD-ROM drive that the CD went into, and that like plugged in USB through the computer. You burn a CD, or you like took your desktop computer apart like a fucking surgeon, and then you stuck the CD-ROM drive in there, and like that you burnt CDs.
Yeah.
Wild.
These kids never heard of LimeWire.
No
Like,
idea.
They don't even know.
Bro.
They didn't have to worry about possibly downloading a track and getting like malware on your computer.
No.
Correct.
Like,
I remember getting flagged from Comcast. I was downloading. No, but I remember FTP, so File Transfer Protocol, I think is what it stands for.
Yeah.
And so there used to be all these. I remember one guy that used to come down to the bar, Mike. He's a dope guy, knew a bunch of coding stuff, and he was telling me, I wish I knew this site still because it'd be great. Something News. But he told me you go to this site. It was Something News, and it looked like a blog. So it just looked like a website, news website. It have articles. You're on the right-hand corner. There's a little symbol you click in the corner, and all of a sudden you're in your FTP, and it was illegal.
really?
100%. And people would share files. But the way File Transfer Protocol will work, FTP, I think that's what it stands for, is basically whatever's in your shared folder. So like if I downloaded, I was downloading discographies. Like
Wow.
discographies of somebody's music. So like today's world, you'd go download, let's say like Jay-Z or Drake or somebody that has like a long album history.
Albums,
yes. So you get all their albums, but the way it downloads is it's downloading pieces from everybody that's involved.
Oh, okay.
So it's downloading a little bit here, whatever the fastest connection is. So if we have a million people online, it's going to go, well, this person's online right now. Let me grab this. Let me grab this. So it downloads a little bit of everything, right?
Yeah.
And then once it's completed, you can download it to your computer. So it was the way to grab like this guy. I had so much music going this way. This is like when burning CDs was like, I'd rather do this because now I got discographies and then I just rip them, rip the songs I need. Like here's my classic rock. Here's my hip hop. Here's my whatever I needed that way. And I remember Comcast was the best internet at the time too, and still probably now for me in our market. But I remember like so when you download stuff, as it's downloaded, it keeps it in your shared folder. If you don't remove it out of your shared folder, you're one of those people that somebody else is downloading from.
Sharing it. Okay.
And I was downloading like Adobe products like Photoshop and stuff to make flyers. So I had the Photoshop, because at this time it wasn't a monthly cost. It was like you download the software, it costs $1,000 or whatever. And so like I got this stuff sitting in my shared folder so other people can download it because they gave to me. Why shouldn't I let them?
Start tracking it.
And I remember getting a letter from Comcast. It was like, you will be billed X amount or taken to court. And I was like, oh my God, this computer is amazing. I need to cut my stuff off.
That happened to me too. I was using Pirate Bay.
Oh yeah,
Pirate Bay was huge for movies.
Yeah. Movies. I was doing it with movies, and my mom got a letter in the mail, and she comes blasting in my room one morning. What is this? What the hell is it? Like, I don't. What are you talking about? And like, she like throws this piece of paper at me.
Oh my God!
What are you doing on the internet? And I'm like, oh shit.
Did anybody? I'm gonna totally date myself. I don't mind. Who ever had someone selling bootleg DVDs?
DVDs?
Like Pirate Bay,
like at the gas
download, rip onto a DVD and be like, I got the newest Matrix or whatever they got.
I remember seeing them.
$5, $3. Somebody would do, and then you get it, and it'd be like somebody filming in the back of a theater.
Yeah,
like,
dude.
What are you
the cam footage and the audio is horrible.
It's all shaky.
It's so crazy.
And then like, Tyrone stands up in the front and blocks the freaking half the shot. Yeah, bro.
Who was it? I was guilt. I bought that stuff.
You bought that
out of the trunk of a car? No, so
I just bought it what's just $5 to see if this dude really spent time in the theater?
Yeah. That was
my.
I wish my mom's in town. She should jump on this podcast and tell this story. But that's actually how like my first like adventure of DJing was selling burnt CDs out of my locker. I got kicked out of school.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I got in trouble first. And they like told my mom, oh yeah, he won't do it anymore, blah, blah, blah. And then the second time I got called to the office, and I get to the office and they're like, hey, like we saw you on the cameras. Like we know you're selling CDs out of your locker. Like you can't be doing that. It's illegal, yada, yada, yada. I'm like, okay, yeah, no big deal. So then I started selling them out of my locker in the gym locker room. I know there's no cameras. No cameras in there. Somehow, some way.
Entrepreneur from the start.
Yeah.
Somehow, some way, they still figured out Somebody snitched. I was still selling burnt CDs. So then I get called to the office, and my mom is there, and I'm like, they called mom first, obviously. Dang. Bring mom in.
They were being nice, man.
Yeah.
They were being nice because nobody wants to hear from their dad.
Selling CDs goes into selling drugs, and they didn't want you out on the streets.
So they bring me in there, and like they're scolding me about selling burnt CDs and yada yada yada, and little did they know that like the jewel cases that I was using, my mom bought. So anyway, like my mom was just playing along with it, doing whatever, and we get out, and like they kicked me out of school. I got kicked out this time. So it was like 3 days out of school suspension, which literally the school know that was literally vacation for me. Mm-hmm. So they didn't understand that.
I can rip so
single
many.
Single mom. Yeah, single parent.
More time to burn CDs.
Exactly.
Yeah, single parent household. That was vacation.
Yeah.
You're going to kick me out for 3 days? Yeah.
I'm getting 200 CDs.
You know how many burnt CDs I want to make? So we go to leave.
We'll make so much money being on this.
Yeah, we go to roll out. My mom's like, I can't believe you got caught.
Your mom's awesome, by the way.
My mom is awesome.
Yeah.
She
I
is
expected
awesome.
better. You shouldn't have got caught.
She is awesome. She's like, I can't believe you got caught.
You should have called me.
I was selling for $5. Well, because she would see me at night. Like, what are you doing? Like, why do you keep burning she would ask the question, like, why do you keep burning the same, like, you're burning the same CD. Mm-hmm. Like, I'd have a freaking fat stack of like the same CD. And I'm like, well, I'm selling them. Well, how much are you selling them for? Well, $5. Mm-hmm. So like the case, the jewel case was like 25 cents. The CD itself was like another 25 cents. So I got like 50 cents to $1 into each burn.
Yeah, 400% markup.
It's good that you figure out your costs.
Crushing it.
Most kids didn't do that.
Yeah.
Crushing it, man. Yeah.
Most kids would go off of like, this is corn nuts plus Twizzlers plus like how much do I need to get the things I want?
Yeah. So yeah, I mean that was my DJ start, was burning CDs.
Oh, that's great.
Dang.
Yeah, man.
You're involved with music, entrepreneur. Involved with music.
What was that? It was burning CDs, and then once I was old enough to drive, actually I got my first car when I was 15. I was illegally driving because I'm from Decatur, which is anyway. Yeah.
The dirty thing.
I was driving to school before I had a driver's license. Let's put it that way. Had a system bumping.
Yeah. With your burnt CDs.
With my burnt CDs. Literally. Yeah. The good old days. But one question that I wanted to ask, I know you already answered this in your interview video, but how did you get your DJ name, like Mike Holiday?
Yeah, the DJ name. Most of the homies, my real last name is Easter, which is a hard name to grow up. Like, I guess growing up with it wasn't that. Now that I'm older, it's not that bad. But like being called the Easter Bunny and Ventura, Easter Bunny is like
it's a tough one.
Yeah, it's a tough one. It's I don't know. Getting teased, it happens as kids anyway, and like as you get older, you don't care about it as much. But
like I see like brands like towing companies or locksmiths, it was like his cock. I'm like, bro, that sucked.
Yeah,
that had to suck.
Yeah, there's
so
some
bad.
way worse ones than like a Christian or Catholic holiday. I guess it could be the biggest deal. But Easter wasn't that bad. We just have a very small family where I'm at. We have my dad's family isn't very big, so it's a very small family in my town, and I went by Mike Easter for a couple gigs, a couple bar gigs when I first started, and I wasn't sure about a DJ name. I always, the biggest thing about a DJ name, and I really feel like it's like a nickname, like somebody else gives it to you.
Yeah.
Right.
So it was a really hard thing to like, I don't want to, this is my name. It's different when you're a producer DJ and you're like producing and you're like, I'm going to make music and this is who I am as a stage artist.
Tagging the song and stuff.
Yeah, like who I am as an artist. This is my name I want to brand it with, When you're coming up, you want somebody to give you that nickname or give you that whatever. And so
I don't even think that you want to. It just organically happens.
Correct.
Like I fought back so hard on my DJ name. Like I wanted it to be LS was my DJ name. DJ LS. That was my initials. And like people would call me Low Stacks. I'm like, it's not freaking Low Stacks, it's LS. And I fought back for probably like 6 months, and finally I was just like, all right,
yeah,
it's Low Stacks.
Even same with mine. Like Manny gave me mine, so it's we've all had our names given to us.
Yeah. In mine, it was kind of given to me, kind of not. I guess like I didn't know which way to go, and then I was talking to some people, so I kind of picked it based on what people were saying about me. Like because it's Easter, I had people call me like Mike Thanksgiving, Mike Christmas, Mike.
The Flag Day one is so funny.
The Flag Day is like Todd Jones, one of my good buddies. Like he works at a title company. He was a realtor for a while, and we used to hang out. This is random in Jackson, Michigan, but Applebee's used to have like the #1 bar sales out of all the Applebee's and stuff.
Oh my God.
Michigan. It's crazy. So when I was like young 20s, we'd go to Applebee's first, and like we would have like 325 Brutus beers before we went out. You know what I mean? And did whatever. And Bubba, Jen, the manager there, would always make sure. What's really crazy, that I'm going back in time. Applebee's restaurant was in a mall in my hometown. They would call, like, people would be waiting in line at most restaurants. You would go there, put your name in, wait a half an hour, whatever, or call in, get a reservation. In the mall, this is back when malls were busy.
Yeah.
They would, and I'm not talking 80s or nothing. You know what I mean? It ain't that far back. But like people would announce, they would be like, okay, so-and-so, Easter, party of 5. Your table's ready, right? Well, we would go out to the bar when we were younger. We also knew a lot of bar staff there. My buddy worked there too, Mike French. So we would go there a lot. Well, cheap beers. We knew the management. She would just be like, hey, just call me. Let me know if you guys are coming through. We would always go there like on a Friday or Saturday night. She would put Scotch tape down the bar seats.
Really?
Like 12 people. Like holding it at primetime dinner when people are like, I could sit up at the bar, have a beer, and then go to dinner.
Yeah.
She would hold it with Scotch tape.
Dang.
And I was like, this is awesome. We go in, have our beers, and then go out to the bar.
Yeah.
Or like some nights I would go down there and then I'd be DJing. So I'd have to go I'd go have a beer and go DJ. You know what I mean? I try to always catch up with the homies or anybody having a party before because I always felt it was, 1, I got to see my friends before I had to work.
Yep.
2, I got to go hang out with my friends and hopefully they all scoot to the bar where I'm at.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So it was always a marketing play too.
Try to move as one unit.
Hey,
For
I gotta
sure.
go play so-and-so tonight. You guys coming?
Yeah.
Yeah, and
And
you
then
know what?
you're not guilt tripping them, but you kind of are. It's like
You're encouraging.
you're encouraging them.
I'm encouraging them. If it's a place that they want to go,
Yeah.
perfect.
Oh, for sure.
But if not, like I told you, I was never mad at my buddies if they wanted to stay home and drink or whatever. You know what I mean? But the cool thing about that whole experience with Jen, like roping that off, is like people are also like, what is going on here?
Who are these guys? Are you guys
exactly.
famous?
We're just a bunch of 20-year-olds.
Yeah.
We line up the bar, but it even got to the point where I DJ'd Applebee's like in the waiting area for an industry night on Tuesday nights.
Dang.
Like, Applebee's would let me DJ
Applebee's
there.
was jumping, bro.
They would pay me to DJ there on a Tuesday night. We would invite all the bar staff around town. It was an industry night. I worked some things out with a local beer distributor, mostly Miller Lite distributors. They would hook me up with swag to give away. I opened up some really good opportunities when I was younger, DJing in the bars. Shout out to Crazy Cowboy. They were like a major player downtown during race weekends and stuff. We do these big street parties. It led me to some good friends like Dave Keeter he was working at Miller Lite, brought me out to the racetrack. I DJ like Turn 1. It was all beached out with some bands.
Oh, that's sick. At MIS?
At MIS. And this is after I worked at MIS. So guess what's the best flex? It's I used to work here. You used to beat me up, working 100 hours a week. Guess what? I'm just DJing today and drinking beer right in the main prime spot. Yeah. So it was great. Getting paid for sure. And that opened a lot of opportunities. So it was awesome. Like those times in my life, like DJing for those bars. So there was a lot of marketing things that we did that was like, I really feel like these marketing things could work today if people applied them. I did with the Applebee's thing. I would make flyers. And I would basically, from having my relationship with Applebee's, I would tip the bartenders and they would slide them into all the to-go orders.
Oh.
And there was a local pizza joint that would bring pizzas in late night and sell pizzas for like $5 at the bar when we were calling last call. And I worked it out where, can you staple my flyers onto those boxes?
Dang.
So I even worked out with, back in the day, there was cab companies. Now you could probably do it with Uber, but I had a coupon for a local cab company with like the official cab company of Mike Holiday because my boy that ran the cab company would drive me home every time I was drunk.
Wow.
So I just said, just take me home. I'll put your ad on here. And I worked it out, and it was like $2 off, $3 off a cab company. And so I put it on the bottom of my flyers, and it just looks like you're more established. You know what I mean? Having your name. So I put my name out on all these different things in my hometown. And then with the flyer stuff, just plastered it at these very unique areas, I guess, is so to speak. So that always like kept my name in everybody's
that's
like what's going on.
Yeah, I like that.
Well, yeah, you always want to be like, you want to be the, like everyone wants to be the I know a guy, you know?
Yeah.
And you want to be the DJ that they know.
Yeah.
That was the biggest thing. And it leveraged everything. Like the simple things that I remember doing a flyer that I would order online. It would cost me like $500 to do like, I think it was like 250 flyers. There were quality stock print flyers. Now that's like more online. You know what I mean? You're not going to see a hard flyer everywhere. But those flyers, what I do is I would design my advertising on the front. And then on the back, I would do like 4 to 6 discounts for different businesses. So it's no different than something you get in your mail now.
Okay.
But I would go to like a tattoo shop and say, can you give me 10% off or $25 off a $100 tattoo?
If they bring this in, yeah.
If they bring this flyer in. And then I put that coupon in there. And I would just like design little quads. So they're paying me advertisement, and then I don't have any money in the flyers because I just sold all the advertisement to it. And then I have those flyers, and guess where those flyers are going? In each and every one of those businesses.
Yeah.
And then I would just also use those flyers to stack in other people's businesses or put wherever I wanted. You know what I mean? But the bar, and also selling yourself to the bar. Like the bar's like, this dude is doing way more work.
Yeah.
He's also just sold in all this stuff and like
going above and beyond.
Yeah. And so like it's easier to leverage like, well, hey, like I'm also DJing this night, but I'm also providing this flyer and I already got these people on board and you know what I mean? And also just putting that stuff in people's businesses. Other people see it, they'll just show up to your event. Whether they're going to use those services or not, they're also going to show up to your event, which is cool.
Well, yeah, because they see it like, oh, what's this? DJ event. Oh, yeah, I like that. Let's go. Let's check it out.
Just getting attention. Why would they? I'd have people turn the flyer over. Like, don't even stack it with my advertising on there. Just let them walk in and see the coupon.
Yeah.
Well,
and they're like, wait a minute, what is it? They turn it over. They're like, this is dope.
One thing that's like super crazy about that, and we should probably cut it not too long after this, but
yeah,
I think that, you know, what you just said is something that's a lost art because, you know, so many nowadays, so many DJs like step into a spot and be like, yo, I got 25,000 followers on Instagram. Okay, cool. But guess what? 200 of those followers are local, you know?
Yeah.
How do you prove you make money off those people?
Like that's not gonna fill a club. That's not gonna fill a bar. That's not gonna do anything, you know?
No.
Correct.
So, you know, it's like, well, this is playing devil's advocate against myself here, but like bringing big names into the library, you know, I love doing it. I think it's such a cool thing to like bring our homies, you know, whether it's Scooter or Steve or BG or, you know, whoever it is, or like Fuse we were supposed to have and that fell through. But, you know, all these, like bringing these names here, we have to do the grassroots marketing. We have to do the Mike Holiday flyers. We have to promote that to get them here, get people to come into the bar because just because Scooter has 40,000 followers on Instagram doesn't mean 40,000 people are going to show up at the bar.
No.
You know, if you can get that information out to the masses to say, hey, we're bringing in a DJ that has this following.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the promotion. That's what we need. That's what we need to advertise is that we're bringing in this person that does official remixes for Ella Langley and does like official remix, like works with Diplo personally and like does all these things. Like that's great. But we have to like tell the masses that that's what's happening, right? So doing exactly what Mike's doing, I think like locally, there's no DJs doing that.
No, there's definitely not.
I really think you could bring it back. Like I've been just thinking about like everybody's into tangible media right now.
Like, dude, if you walk to campus, like I challenge Kyle right now to spend $100 on printed flyers and to pay some girls, females, to walk Western's campus and hand out physical flyers about libraries Friday night, not Saturday. Saturday's going to be busy. Let's talk about Thursday. Let's talk about Friday. Let's bring in a new night. Let's like grassroots develop a night from nothing with that type of guerrilla marketing.
Yeah.
Let's just do it that way.
It's absolutely possible.
Put something on that flyer to make them bring that flyer to get in the door.
Give them a reason.
And then you collect those flyers, you can track it.
Yeah.
Like I used to have you can even do different websites on the back and say, sign up, we'll put your name on the list, QR code on the flyer. And that QR code is different than anywhere you're using. And then that QR code tracks, you get signed up on a list, and now you know you got 10 people in that night from that flyer. Was it worth the spend?
Right.
Because you do want to know like where your money's going. Like
it's worth it.
If you put 500 flyers out and you get 25% of those back, like you might give them free cover. Are you full, or make them come in the bar early? Like, hey, between 8 and 10, get here between 8 and 10 and get this thing, and then work out with your product provider to hook up those people with that. And then there's no cost into everything. You put their name, Rumble Mints, on the flyer, and then Rumble Mints pays for that marketing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It offsets your booze costs so that your flyers are covered. And there's a lot of different stuff you can do. That thing's getting pretty low, man.
I have almost as many followers as Rumplemans does. I think they should sponsor our podcast.
Who distributes this? Does anybody know?
I don't know. But literally, when I followed them on Instagram, I was like, wow.
Who distributes long drink in your area? Do you know?
I don't know that either. They should also sponsor
Let's all find
us.
this out. Don't recap.
I would love that.
Yeah.
All right, guys. Well, we're at almost an hour and a half.
Dang.
Breaking records.
I feel like did we talk about it enough? Do we feel like we talked about it enough?
I mean, if anything, we need to take a TV timeout because I got to piss. But
yeah.
I think we should just
end it with a shot.
Yeah.
We're gonna end it with one more little pull off the bottle of Rumpy here, and then
I just want to say thanks again, man. Luxx Entertainment
for sure. Bro.
Peter Butter Paul, DJ Low Stacks. I appreciate you guys. I think the podcast is awesome.
We had a light die.
Light just died.
Yeah.
We've been recording so long. We got lights dying.
Anytime.
We haven't charged that. We haven't charged these lights since we hung them.
Shout out Chauvet DJ, by the way. These pen spots, we've charged them one time in 11.
Yeah, because I think we put them up the second episode.
magnetize up there too?
Yeah.
That's dope.
They're dope. And dude, I have $1,000 worth of actual like film like aperture bearing like badass lights. These pen spots are way better.
These things look great. They look great.
No, we figured it out. We don't have the plant in the corner because the plant. Sorry, guys, we stole the plant for the event that we had today. But we normally have the plant. We'll have the jungle plant back.
The plant was a vibe, dude. I felt like I was in the jungle.
Yeah, well, we're bringing the plant back.
Hey, Luxx Entertainment, everybody.
Shoot, guys.
Cheers, guys.
All right.
Cheers,
Hey,
guys.
before we do this,
Luxx shit up.
We're cutting it right after this. But thanks, everybody, for tuning in. If you made it the full hour and a half tonight, we appreciate you.
Absolutely.
We're going to have more guests. Thank you, Mike, for being on here today.
Appreciate you, man.
Love you guys.
Love you, bro. Cheers.
Cheers.